I have somehow managed to find every single gimmick toy before I could find any of the main line of Transformers 1. Let's just look at this guy. From Transformers 1, this is the Megatron / D-16 and Decepticon Whirlwing. So, you look at it, here's Megatron, here's Whirlwing, he's a real Bakugan looking guy. You got the tank down here, you got the render over here, and you might notice that does not look a whole lot like that. Still a good looking Megatron though. And on the back you can see robot mode, tank mode, ball mode, eagle mode. Essentially, this is a very extensive retool of the RID 2015 Overload. He was a Minicon deployer, which is why we have an RID Minicon, that being Whirlwind. It's just a way to get a good little gimmick Megatron on the shelves to go up against your 15 different gimmick Optimus Primes. I think he looks pretty cool. I want to check him out and try to think about the fact that I don't have Sentinel Prime yet, which actively makes me want to cry. Taking a look at these two, I think Megatron looks fine out of the box. Nothing too special, but nothing too shabby either. In all honesty, I'm kind of more into how Whirlwind looks. He's a very different looking type of Transformer. We're going to take a look at him in just a sec, but first, why don't we check out his boss. Something I really enjoy is the head sculpt on this figure. It's a much happier looking Megatron than we've ever really gotten before. And it works, because this isn't Megatron, is it? It's D-16. This is still Orion Pax's buddy. Alongside that, I love the sculpting and painting on the torso. You can see a little bit of the red from the G1 design. This used usually be on his sides, but now it's kind of on his lower pecs. He has the belly button buttons. You got the Decepticon logo. Everything's here. It looks decent. It's everything outside of the torso that gets a bit weird. So you have arms and legs. The arms are on ball joints. They look very strange. From the side, they look okay, I guess, but then, yeah, just total Gap City. And then down here, the legs, right? They only go out to the side. They cannot go forward or back, or else that happens. Boop, they do pop back in, and oh, the arm has come off. That is cool. Figure is coming apart at the seams. You do, I guess, technically have a knee, because the knees can go out like that. So you can get a Megatron that's doing, like, the YMCA dance. Someone's into that. The weirdest part of it all has to be the fusion cannon. You can see, it looks fine, but it looks like he's holding it. It's actually just kind of sculpted onto a hinge. He is holding it, I guess, technically, but take it away. He doesn't actually have a fist down there. It's overall just a very strange figure. I mentioned that this is a heavily retooled version of Overload, and Overload is still mostly the figure here. It's a thing where I wonder, why did you change so many of the small details if the big details, hips, knees, a full hand, all those are not here? As for Whirlwind, this is just straight up a Bakugan, but it's a good Bakugan. Look at this. You got like a cool dragon snake-like head, wings that fold out. You got talons down here, a tail that can go around. This is a good little figure. Again, I like Bakugan, so I think this is a great little toy, mostly because it's basically a good Bakugan in good colors. It's kind of weird that I'm more into this guy than his actual big figure. My biggest issue with this Megatron, well, my two biggest issues, is one, he always looks like he's leaning forward. It looks like he's nervous at a party, so he's staring towards the ground. But alongside that, there's not a place to actually put Whirlwind. There's not a peg or a connection point. You can find a place to put him, like on his shoulder, and it looks good, but I would have loved if you'd been able to pop him on Megatron's arm. Then again, with just how weedy this arm is, I don't know how well that would work. Oop, let me fold you back out, Whirlwind. Try it out. Oh! Well, look at that. It actually does kind of work. Give the devil his due. That's actually a kind of cool thing. I thought the ball joint would be way too weak. It's not the best looking approximation to a laser beak pose ever. The arm is still super gappy, but give it credit. You can do it. Going into transformations, Whirlwinds is nice and simple. You fold this in, fold the arms down, and then it's basically just an auto transformation. You just got to make sure that all the pieces go where they need to go. So, why is the tail getting knocked out of sorts here? I can't seem to get the tail to want to fold down. So that's going. There we go. It just needed a good click. And then that's going to complete your ball mode. Again, it's like a good little Bakugan. It looks a lot like Sonic. That is all I'm going to say. here's Megatron's tank mode, I guess. I wonder what went where. Yeah, head, torso, arms, legs. He kind of just fell down and is trying to sit back up. It looks like he's trying to, like, get past his bad back. The treads are the only interesting part of the transformation. They're fine. But yeah, not a great looking tank, which is a shame because what we've seen in Transformers 1 Megatron, he has a good tank mode. We still have Whirlwind. We can put Whirlwind up here. I'm trying to find a good place to do it. I know there's a... There we go. And then yay. And the whole gimmick with these deployers is that we can launch Whirlwind. Alright, get ready for it. We're sending Whirlwind out. Oh? Is it not this button? What button would do it then if it's not this one on the gun? What the? So guys, I looked it over. It is an unfortunate issue. Mine is frozen. This little piece here is supposed to jut out, but it can't. And I can make it push in a little bit, but not enough. Oops, sorry, mistransforming here. So the figure is not working for me. I don't know if it's going to be a widespread issue. I've not heard anyone talk about this figure. But yeah, the gimmick is just not activating here. Shame. Real shame. But hey, Whirlwing has a couple of really cool pop-on accessories. You can see we get a lot of translucent purple plastic, give you a helmet, a tail guard, big blasters here in the front, missile pods, and then a bit of a knife for the wing. It adds purple to the design. I think it's a cool little feature. I'm glad that it's not permanently attached to the toy, but interesting enough. And if you want, you can actually get back into ball mode with all this stuff still on top. There is a little bit of parts clash now, so you might need to massage the pieces just a little bit more than before, but everything should still pop together just fine. There we go. Oh, cool. It makes like a weird angry face on the front now. I figure we'll just make for absolute sure. I'm going to put it in with all these pieces on top. Maybe that'll do something. I don't know how it could, but no. Yep, still not working. Alright, let's wrap up the review. The best thing I can say about this set is that it reminded me how much I liked Bakugan as a kid. And if I go back in the store and see Bakugan there, because I know they still have a toy line, I might pick up another set because this was fun. Whirlwing was fun. The gimmicks and the transformation of Whirlwing were fun. Megatron isn't great. He is about Authentics quality when it comes to transformation scheme, plastic, paint, everything. The difference is, an Authentics Megatron would go for $10 and be much larger. This Megatron goes for $30. The gimmick doesn't work, the transformation's too simple, the articulation isn't great, and yeah, I like his head sculpt, but a Megatron with a good head sculpt is like a day with a sun. It's not that special. Every day is like that, kind of. So, overall, I think that this is a figure I would personally say skip over. If you could get it on super deep discount, which it's a gimmick toy for a movie, it will probably be on super deep discount one day, or if you're an absolute massive fan of Megatron, maybe. But in all honesty, I got this because I want my Sentinel Prime and haven't found him yet, and I do kind of regret it. The greatest takeaway I have right now, I really hope Sentinel Prime shows up soon.